So welcome, we're talking about mentoring today, and I've got Mark Steinberg, CFO of Cover-More with me, who's been a mentor on our programme. Welcome, Mark.
Morning, Martin.
So, can you tell me what made you willing to be a mentor?
I've been doing mentoring for a number of years now, Martin, and enjoy passing on the benefit of my experience to mentees that I work with. And given our long association, when you made me aware that you were doing a mentoring program, I was pleased to help out and in fact get more experience for myself as a mentor through your program.
And what experience have you had as being a mentor on our program?
Look, I've thoroughly enjoyed the mentee that you have paired me up with, a very bright and engaging person, and I do find as a mentor the more engaging the mentee is and the more effort they put into it, the more I get out of it. And I've always taken the approach as a mentor that the most successful relationships between mentors and mentees are those where the mentee drives very hard at the relationship to get as much as they can out of it. And it's one of the most fundamental principles I believe exists in these relationships. It's not the onus of the mentor to drive the relationship. It's up to the mentee to do it, and the better they do it, the more responsive I can be as a mentor.
That accountability.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, it's far from me to determine or know what it is that the mentee needs or wants to get out of the program. So hence why I encourage them to be very proactive and come to me with what they're looking for. And then based on that, I will do my best to give them guidance and advice around the issues that they think will help to develop them.
And around those issues, what do you think the key objectives and outcomes the mentees have had?
Look, very broadly, the mentees are looking to get ahead in their careers. Some approach it quite narrowly, as in, I've been in my job for a certain amount of time, what is my next role going to be? Some look far more broadly at their overall development and where it might take them in 3 years or 5 years and beyond. And I probably enjoy those discussions a bit more because we can cover a range of things, and it's so important, as you probably appreciate, that as you gain more experience and look to achieve more things in your career, getting that very broad cross-section of experience, not inside only your own discipline or function, but outside of that as well, which can improve you as a leader and help you build qualities that enable you to take on responsibilities that may be outside your function or your forte, are the things that help people emerge from the pack and become true leaders in their organisations. And certainly people who aspire towards that, I find I have very, very engaging conversations with.
Great, important stuff. Thanks. Yeah. What would be your biggest learning from being a mentor?
Look, I've found time and again, I think with every mentee that I have ever worked with, that I will be sitting in a conversation with them at a point in time, and as I am talking to them and giving them the benefit of my experience, I think to myself, you should repeat this while you're looking in a mirror, because sometimes that advice is actually pertinent to a particular situation I'm dealing with or a decision that I'm having to make about my career or what I'm doing. And it's that, I guess, that stark reflection of talking about somebody else and their development and reflecting on how those words could actually be helping me in my development.
Yeah, important. For any mentees that are potentially joining our program as a mentee, what would be one piece of advice that you gave them prior to joining?
What I said before, Martin, that a mentee gets out of these programs what they put into it. And so when I have a first conversation with a mentee, I really strongly encourage them to drive the relationship, to make sure they're getting out of it what they need to get out of it, and to be honest. Not every time two people are paired up do you get the correct match. And if a mentee is not getting what they think they should be getting out of the program, I think it's important to call it and make sure that they could maybe be associated with somebody who they feel is able to give them that development. So I think that's key. And as I say, the other thing is for the mentee to really think hard about what it is they're trying to achieve, and then communicate that with clarity to the mentor, so the mentor can reflect on those needs and provide the guidance and support that's required.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us today, Mark, and for being a mentor on our programme. We look forward to your continued involvement. So thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
Cheers.